Yo, what's up? My name's Pat, and it's about that time of year again. It is the Steam recap slash Steam replay. I actually did this on this channel last year, which was a lot of fun, and just really cool to go over what games I play other than just Dungeon Defenders. I'm gonna be super honest, I don't actually play that many Steam games. A lot of games that I end up playing are off of Steam for whatever reason on average. Things like Pokemon Mo. In my history, I play a lot of RuneScape. That was, I guess now it's on Steam, but wasn't on Steam historically at the time. And so I don't have like a crazy Steam, list of accolades or achievements or accomplishments or whatever. But I've been on Steam since, oh boy, since 2008, I want to say, the release of like Portal 1. Like I played original Counter-Strike. My first few games on Steam were Counter-Strike 1, Portal 1, and I bought TF2 back in the day. But anyways, that's not what today's about. Today's about what games I played in 2024, so we're just going to jump into it. I played 43 games in 2024, 13 more than last year, so a lot more variety in terms of games. I actually did play a few new games this year. I think this was the first year since 2012 where I actually played a game on day of release, or like very, very close to it, and that was we'll get to that. We'll keep it a secret. We'll get to that game here in a quick sec. I had 111 achievements unlocked, which is only 4 less than last year. I'm actually really happy with this number. I didn't really achievement hunt this year. I don't feel like I did a little bit on Dungeon Defenders possibly, but I did on Skyrim and stuff last year, and I'm very, very close to 100% achievements on Skyrim still, and I really do want to accomplish that at one point. But I'm really happy with it. The fact that I'm this close between 2 different years when I didn't really intentionally do this, I'm very, very happy with that. Also 37 rare achievements, almost all of which are in Dungeon Defenders, which is awesome. And I love showing off that little stack. We'll get to that in a quick sec. 33 days of playing back to back. Once again, like I don't play that many Steam games, like, so that makes sense. It's a very like short streak. My most played game did kind of shock me. I got re-obsessed with Magic the Gathering. This game is my third favorite game of all time, Magic the Gathering. I go rank 1, old school RuneScape, rank 2, Poke MMO, and then rank 3 is Magic the Gathering. Number 4 is Dungeon Defenders, if you're wondering. And dude, this game is just, Magic the Gathering is just probably the deepest, most complex game that I've ever played and probably will ever play, and I love it to death. I'm a big fan of the Legacy format in paper, which is, a dying breed, but it's really, really fun. It's just very, very special. Did not think I played this much Magic Arena this year, but a lot of drafts, a lot of grinding for coins. There it is, 35% of my playtime. Dungeon Defenders, 18% of my playtime. And then Pal World, racking up 14% is kind of crazy because I literally only played this game for, I want to say 2 weeks or so, like not that long in terms of period. I just got obsessed with it and was playing it 10 hours a day. It was a fantastic game. And then I moved on, and that's what I think it's fine to do that with games. Not every game is going to be permanently infinitely playable. That would make no sense, so. And then stacking up against the average Steam community, which I'm sure is AFK accounts and just really casual people and yada yada yada. I hope that my numbers would be pretty crazy in comparison. 111 achievements versus 13, 43 versus 4, longest streak was 33 days versus 6. Honestly, it's not even that good at all. Next up, new releases. Dude, I played more new releases this year than I almost ever. Like, this has always been a 0% number. And it's not that I don't like new games. A lot of people, when they hear that I don't play new games, they usually think that I think that new games are bad. Because there's a certain type of person who thinks that all new games are bad and games were only good back in their era and yada yada yada. And it's totally fair if you think that, because there are just different positives and negatives, right? This era of gaming has more microtransactions, less community, less like pushed social elements. If those are things that you enjoy, which I'm sure we all enjoy to some extent, like, then yeah, there's positives and negatives. But we also have more game developers than ever, more indie games, more opportunity, more types of games, more like finding the perfect fit for you. Like, there's a lot of positives and negatives. I think sometimes people overlook the positives. It's not that I dislike new games. I think a lot of new games are fantastic. Things like Pal World, things like Elden Ring, quote unquote new to me, right? Elden Ring's been out for like what, 2 years now. Things like Baldur's Gate 3, that game looks amazing. I haven't played it, but I've heard, only wonderful things, right? I'm sure there are a lot of new games that are amazing. The only thing that I'm just stubborn, and I'm on my own timeline almost, where like I'm kind of like, why would I coin flip 60 bucks on Baldur's Gate 3? Even if it's like known to be amazing, but like on release, why would I coin flip $60 on it when I could go play the Fable series, Fable 1, 2, and 3? I've never played them, right? I could go play Jak and Daxter. I've never played it. I could go play Ratchet and Clank. I could go play Assassin's Creed. I've only played the second one for a little bit of time. I could go play the Mass Effect trilogy. There are so many games that I have not played that I know are masterpieces that are $5 a piece. So many of these games are dirt cheap. People don't care as much about older games. I guess it's like, I don't know, like I don't know why. It's like, I think people like playing games and talking about them with their friends, which is cool. I like doing that too, but I also just kind of, maybe I'm just lucky and I get to like set the conversation a lot. I like talking about older games and stuff like that and playing those games. So I'm just in no rush to play the new games. I will play Baldur's Gate 3 in 10 years. I will play Elden Ring, hopefully sooner than 10 years, but you know, I at least own that one. You know, I'll play Dark Souls 1, you know, I'll play these games at some point. They're on my to-do list, but I'm in no rush to play new games. That's the big thing. The percent of playtime spent by all Steam users with new releases was 15%. So honestly, I was higher than the average, which is kind of funny to me. Slash, it's really, I'm just so not used to that. It's super interesting. Recent favorites. This is, I probably mostly Magic the Gathering. Classic games. Percentage of playtime you had in releases from 8 or more years ago. This is impressive to me. Percentage, wait, what? Wow, so I was like very dead on average actually. 16% versus 15% to the average Steam user. 47 maybe I just have like a bias where a lot of my friend groups are very into gaming and they really care about new releases. So like my perception is that this number would be much higher, but maybe the average player is just playing their classic games and their favorites. That's crazy how dead on I am. So mine is 47 and the average is 47. That is so funny. And then classic, mine's 37. And that's actually crazy. I'm only 1% off of average. Yippee, boys, I'm average. Okay, moving on. You are what you play. MOBAs. I don't even know what this... Why is this ticked all the way up here? What's the MOBA? Is Dungeon Defenders considered a MOBA? What is doing this? I played a little bit of Dota 2. That wouldn't, you know, do this. New friends added. Badges earned. Games gifted. Oh, no, boys. I'm a charity case. Okay. Magic the Gathering, my top played game this year. Arena, not the best way to play Magic, but a sufficient way when you want to play comfortably at home. I did start a Magic the Gathering channel as well as called Patrouski 3, as well as I'm doing a challenge on it at the moment in certain little projects like that. I like drafting for fun. I started back in May, so I didn't even play this like from January this year. I just installed it back in May. I played Magic Arena when it released back in like 2017. Was it really that long ago? I kind of hopped back on it and hopped back into Magic in general this year. Moving on, we're Dungeon Defenders, the main one that people care about. What's funniest to me, I was looking at this a second ago, the funniest thing about this to me, 18% total playtime, 169 sessions, 8-day streak. The month where I played the most Dungeon Defenders by far was the month that I got married. I don't know why. I literally must have been so busy. Maybe I just AFK'd or something. I must have been so busy this month with like wedding plans and preparing for that and talking to the venue and talking to my wife and yada, yada, yada. And I also, with all of the rest of my free time, I decided to play Dungeon Defenders. I don't know why. That was so funny to me. Turns out, getting married makes you play more Dungeon Defenders. Giga Chad. Just found that out, boys. New strat unlocked. And speaking of unlocked, 26 achievements unlocked in Dungeon Defenders, so a large majority of my achievements, and these are all of the, like, I guess all of my Dungeon Defenders achievements this year have just been, like, rare ones. All these, like, 2%, 1.7% have unlocked, 2.9%, 1.6%. What's this one? Anniversary, defend your, against, the tavern. Like, this has been really cool to, like, go through all of these, like, hyper rare or more interesting, unique achievements. It's been a blast. So we did get a bunch of these. Probably one of my favorite parts of playing games this year. Here's Pal World. As you can see, literally just January and February I played this game back during its release, and that's it. And I still played it. It was like my third most played game. That's kind of insane. Like Dungeon Defenders I played all year. Magic I played for half the year. Pal World, wow, that's kind of crazy. I think Dungeon Defenders is just a hard game for me to play for more than like 3 hours at a time. I think after playing like 3 hours of dungeon, like one long survival map, you know, I'm like, okay, I need a break. You know, I feel like it's hard for me to like queue back up into multiple maps over and over again. Dota 2, thankfully I stopped playing this in the early half of the year. Giga Chad, get your brain. I mean, I played Dota 2 back in 2013, 2014, a fair bit, forever ago. I decided to jump back into it. I honestly had some fun. Like, Dota 2 was a pretty, like, in terms of MOBAs, I actually really enjoyed it. It's a very good game. I do think it's much better than League, personally. But, you know, that's a whole can of worms. Yeah, I just Dota 2, 14% playtime. I don't even want to speak on it. Anyways, Inscription, 3% playtime. Only 1 month, essentially, where I played Inscription. I think I bought it around my birthday, and it was a little bit of a present to me, and I just played the crap out of it. If I'm remembering correct, it might have been gifted. I feel like I don't remember actually. I love this game. Inscription is a phenomenal, beautiful, interesting game. I just kind of got stuck in it and couldn't really progress. And I didn't really want to Google stuff because I didn't want to get too much stuff spoiled, if that makes sense. It's a very storyline driven game. I'd really like to go back to Inscription and actually like make progress in the storyline. I love card games. This is like a S tier game in my, like, a beautiful horror card game. Also, I think the achievements really show how good this game is when it comes to how many people kept playing. Like, I always say that most people, there's some crazy stat out there that says that 60% of gamers quit a game they buy within the first hour. There's so many people with Steam libraries of games they've bought they've never played. I am now guilty of this. I'm getting guiltier of this as I get older, and you know, but look at this, 94.2% completed the first death card, which means that you have to like do a full run and die. This takes about an hour. I was really impressed to see that 94% of players were still playing this game. I think this would be like an hour and 20 minutes actually when I played. Like, that's crazy to me. That is really impressive. You can see playtime by month and go over everything. There are some crazy, yeah, lots of what's the purple, fuck, golf with your friends. That's a funny one. Here's Pal World. Over here you can see some Skyrim back here. Okay, 17% back in Skyrim. Where's Skyrim on my list actually? Here you go. Your longest streak was playing these games. Did I really play this little Skyrim this year? And then explore the games you played this year. And you can see my top 10 games or so: Magic the Gathering Arena, Dungeon Defenders, Pal World, Dota 2, Inscription, Hogwarts Legacy, Golf with Your Friends, and Skyrim. I really did not play much Skyrim this year. I think I needed a break. I think I played a fair bit before, and I actually have been playing. I queued up a little bit, or queued up, quote unquote, loaded up a little bit recently. I think I've had a hard time jumping into. I think I need to start a new character. I think my current Skyrim journey is one that many people have probably encountered. I think I need to start a new character, but I really want to finish the things that I wanted to do on my old character, but I'm having trouble being focused on that, and I probably should, if I actually want to play the game and enjoy it, I probably should just start a new character. But that's what I always do in Skyrim. I think I always get to like level 40 to 60 and start a new character every time without fail. But that is my Steam recap. Make sure to let me know what your guys' most played game was in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on my Steam recap. Is it cringe? Is it good? Is it pog? Is it, you know, is it just a Steam recap, so who really cares? Let me know. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if you did not, subscribe to the channel for not daily, videos every 3 days, usually covering Dungeon Defenders, and have a great year, have a great time, play some games you enjoy, and I will see you guys in 2025.